This is being played on the Xbox One, courtesy of a new re-release called Disney Classic Games Aladdin and the Lion King. Distributed by, or published by Nighthawk Interactive. Digital Eclipse apparently did the emulation on this. This is called the Console S version. Want to see something cool? You can also see the Final Cut version. I have no idea what this means. Was there a revision of this game? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they fixed a bug. The game doesn't really make that clear. There's a demo version here we're probably going to take a peek at here to kind of see what the deal is. And the Japanese version, if you want to play that one. It looks kind of similar, but obviously most of the text and the tutorials and such is in Japanese, as you would expect. Bonus games. Yep, Game Boy version. We'll take a peek at that a bit later. It's kind of terrible. And there's the Game Boy Color enhanced version, which is a bit easier to see, but it's still equally terrible. I don't know what anyone was expecting, really, but that is your proof that the Game Boy got a version of the Virgin Games Aladdin. Because I want to say the Game Boy did get a version of Capcom's Aladdin. I just forget. I'll double check. I want to say that was a thing. My memories of Nintendo Power might be faded, but I think there was a Game Boy version of the Capcom version of this game. But the version you're going to see on this disc is the Virgin Games Aladdin, which I know was also, I believe Virgin Games also did ports of the Lion King and Jungle Book, among others, obviously, and Cool Spot too. For this video, we're going to take a look at the Final Cut version. We're gonna mess around with this quite a bit. We're gonna cheat if we have to, but I'm gonna play on the hard difficulty level. Let me show you that. Yep, difficult. Not gonna turn on invulnerability. Not gonna worry about that. Controls. Gonna map the jump button to A on this Xbox One controller. Sword is mapped to X. Throw is mapped to the right trigger because it's easier to press. That's pretty much, that's as good as we need to get. 3 buttons. We're gonna play. Here we go. The following Final Cut version of Aladdin features bug fixes, camera adjustments, and other functions that were not present in the original release of the game will represent potential changes that the development team might have implemented had they had more time. Okay, fine, I'll do it. I don't think they fixed the hit detection, though. So I guess they're saying, okay, look, we're gonna go back in here and fix the stuff that wasn't in the Genesis version. So I'm playing the enhanced Genesis version. Tracking. Ah, that's cute. That's nice. We'll stick to default for now. I want to see what the deal is here. Maybe it's better. We'll find out. We'll go back and check the original version if we have to. I'm just curious how this new version plays. Again, you don't want to have an unfavorable opinion of a game. You don't want your opinion of a game to be changed because you're playing an enhanced version that wasn't available at first. It looks like they made a few refinements for this emulation. So maybe this is the definitive version. Hope they fix the hit detection. AGRABAH Market. You have title cards. Let's see how it moves. Again, basics. Press the A button to jump. I have the sword button mapped to X. And I can press right trigger to throw apples, but these are consumable, so I don't want to waste too many of these. So I'm not going to throw too many apples if I don't have to. I wonder if they got rid of the epileptic flash on the sword clashing. That'd be interesting because it doesn't seem to serve any purpose. I mean, well, I guess it represents the fact that you didn't take any damage. There's that. Maybe he fixed the camera. Yeah, it looks like he's fixed the camera a bit. Yeah, feels all right. And you can also hold up on the D-pad to look up, but you can't throw in any direction. You can't throw those apples in any direction. That's a regular sword swing. That's a crouching sword swing. Hold up, and you do that. I'm holding down the attack button. Okay, he just... Oh, if you hold up and press attack, he does that. So it's like 5 swings of his sword. That's a wrinkle. Does he have a down jump? He doesn't have a heel kick. So he doesn't have a ground pound or anything like that. That's unfortunate. Okay. Alright. So our jumping controls seem reasonably responsive. Ow! Sure there's a way to do this. Okay, cut my apple. Did he add that? He probably added that. Ow. Okay, you threw a pot at me, therefore I'm going to chop off your arm. Because I'm Aladdin. I'm hard like the streets. I'm a street rat. Aladdin does not play. Yeah, the guy. Yeah, chop. Yeah, there's the other dude. I can't aim downward, by the way. I mean, seriously, chopping up a dude's arm. I'm sure there's a hack of this game where it's like with like Tom and Jerry levels of violence. There's blood splurting all over the place, like in a Monty Python skit. Because I mean, they've done all kinds of wacky ROM hacks where it's like, yeah, they make a bunch of, you know, immature adolescent jokes. You know, a bunch of drug references. You know, I've seen those, and they aren't really that funny. They're worth seeing once, like for a couple of minutes, and you kind of want them to go away. Like there's a version of Mighty Final Fight that was like, yeah, pick Hagar. No, pick Hagar. Everyone else is don't be a slur. Pick Hagar. I mean, that's kind of ROM hack it was, you know. Some 12-year-old got their hands on the ROM and decided to hack it. Stupid. We play commercially available official releases on this channel if we can help it. Okay. See, okay, you can still see the flashes of light when the swords clash. But again, it's kind of hard to tell if I'm taking damage sometimes because I blink and it's not really it's not well represented visually. And I've complained earlier in my previous video. The real problem I have with this game, the hit detection is not great. You'll swing your sword, it doesn't feel like you're making contact. It feels like you're swinging at ghosts. And you can do the hand over hand here. Can I hit that guy? Yeah, you'll cut through the apples. That's cute. So if you throw your apple at his knife, it'll cut through the apples. Nice touch. Okay, dissolving platforms. I'm taking too many hits here. Yeah, I want you to see that. I want you to see the little animation he makes when he's luring you like Neo in the Matrix. I'll come back over here in a second. There's something I missed. Ow, 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 darn it. Ah, fell off. Get used to that. It'll happen quite a bit. It'll happen quite often in this game. Oops. You can't jump from the hand over hand. Fine. Okay, you have to drop. You can't just float over to the left. You have to drop down. Jeez. Okay, that's how you do that. Sinking platforms. Whoops! Okay, I got him. Guess want to do a deathless run or a no-hit run. That might be good, but another way to do it. That's my waypoint, of course. Big toothy grin. Crap. Got him. You can barely see that. I kind of want you to be able to see that. That's unfortunate. See if we can get a shot of him when he's not behind the glass. When he's not behind the foreground. Hey, check out this dude. See? Nice touches in this game. And he was in the opening sequence of the film, wasn't he? I forget. Whoops. Ow! I can only hit him when he's moving. God. Poke him. So you can't really see the animation because there's stuff in the foreground that's in the way. So I'll show you that a bit later, if I can help it. So check out this guy. Can he hit me from here? Good, he can't. Because I can't hit him either. Got it. I can jump and throw it. If the knives stop coming out, that means I got him. Okay, that's another genie icon. I use those genie heads to purchase to play the slot machine at the end of this level. So you can see it. He's just staying at a distance. Nyeh, nyeh. See, I thought he was supposed to lure me, because he's not luring me. Okay, I hit him once. I guess he poked me. Okay, I thought he was staying at a distance. Oh well. That genie head. Can he hit me from here? No, good. I want you to get a shot at him. I want you to get a shot of him. Okay, here's where we can bounce up the poles. Sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out where the platform begins, and you can't go backwards, darn it. So I missed out on something over there, probably some kind of collectible I need to get. Oh, here's the shopkeeper. Press up on the D-pad. What do you want to buy? You can buy continue, or you can buy an extra life. I only have 6 gems, so all I can buy here is an extra life. We don't need those, because we have save states. Oh well. Let's see. Bound up here. I think wishes are continues, I don't know. But either way, we won't need them. It's not the way we're playing. That. Can you hit me from here? What? Yeah, you can. Oh, if I drop it. Yes, there he is. You can see that? You can't, remember, you can't jump on people's heads. You're supposed to, come on, do the thing. Oh, you can hit, oh, okay, so he can hit me from up there. Okay, never mind. Because I thought I was safe. Oh, well. I guess the hit detection takes a bit of work. It takes a bit of practice to understand. You can buy an extra life here. That's right, I can't rewind. That's okay. I lost all my apples. You see that? Okay, he was doing the thing. He was doing the come over here. Yeah, there he is, see? That's cute. I dig that. It's like Prince of Persia all over again. Yeah. It's on job. How about thee? I probably need to put an epilepsy warning on this video because I wasn't expecting all this. Yeah. So, how about those ravens, huh? Mash faster. Again, I guess this is like Samurai Showdowns, and it's kind of hard to tell if I'm making contact. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That got boring in a hurry, so I just wanted to be able to see how long I can keep it going. Sorry. So yeah, I have to put a warning on this video. Yeah. So that's a thing. So here's your slot machine. I got 5 genie heads. That means I can stop the slot machine 5 times. I can Super Mario 2. See if I can get my extra lives. What do I want gems or extra lives? I don't need either of those, frankly. I guess I need apples. We need just 1 apple. An extra life. Got a gem. Yeah. Okay, so I lost. So basically I just lost that coin. Wait. Is there supposed to be something on that screen? Yeah, I thought there was supposed to be like an interstitial or something. Anyway. Well, I mentioned in my last video, this is actually one of the better looking parts of the game. Really good, like an excellent use of color here. Like I said, if the Genesis had a 64 color limitation, you cannot tell. Remember, they can only have what? They had a palette of 4,000 crayons. They can only choose 64 of those crayons at a time. They picked the right crayons. So props to them. Okay, I can't hit this guy from here. Fine. How do I get up there? Yeah, there's an extra life up there. I don't know how to get there. Can't hurt the camel. Oh well. There's another one. It was just a projectile. Yeah, for camels, they spit. As Genie observed. Apparently they can spit people from like 15 feet away, something like that. I mean, is it like blind? Is it like blind predators or something? Like, why do they need to spit? I think it's at least 15 feet away. It might be longer. See? I want you to be able to see that. It's a nice touch. Morons? We all have swords. Try not to use my apples, but if I'm about to die, I better start using them because I'm gonna lose them all once I die anyway. This is a nice little ways. You see the little stop sign right there? It's like literally like don't go here. Like okay, fine. Thanks for telling me. I guess they play tested for that. Go back to the flashing again. Not since Prince of Persia has the fencing action been so hot. Throw an apple at him. Screw this. Done with this guy. How you like them apples? Eh. Anyway. Yeah, these are sinking platforms. These palm fronds you jump on sink as soon as you step on them, so. There you go. Go hand over hand, right? Yep, hand over hand. That's how I get back here. Did these apples respawn? Might be a good thing if they do. Might be a good way for me to get to 100. Let me do a quick check on that. Okay, these don't respawn. Let's go down here. This might have just been the ones I missed. Anyway, that's gonna kill me. So I'll go that way. Got the waypoint already. Okay, these apples don't respawn. I guess I just jumped over them last time. So we're going right. Crap. But yeah, I'm gonna keep emphasizing this. If you have a total of 4,000 crayons to use, and you can only pick 64 of them at a time, and by the way, you have to make sure the characters in the foreground are separate from the characters in the background, and you have to make sure that what is it? And you have to make the artwork look like a Disney cartoon. Like you have to make it look like the movie. So, props to this game for the uses of color. It's probably one of the best examples of a game that uses color properly. Unlimited hardware that I've seen. I think Mario 3 might be another example. Just games that just have the Earthworm Jim, just like very limited color palettes on the Megadrive, but they picked the right colors. So like I said, the bold gold in the background of the bold gold dunes. I love those. I love the green palm fronds and Aladdin's purple and white outfit. He's got the hat on his head, obviously. What do you call that? I forget what you call that hat. Yeah! Forgot about Iago. And they kind of cheat a bit in the dunes by putting those little vertical lines there to give you a sense of depth. Iago just respawned. You don't get any points for killing these guys, in case you're wondering. So you're just there. Whoops! See, respawned. Okay, hand over hand, right? Yeah, we're good. Got him. He's not doing the thing. Got him once. Just hit him with the apple. Screw this. Don't want to keep that going for 10 minutes. So I found both halves of the scarab, right? God. Sorry, yes. Do you take more than one hit that time? Am I missing something here? I'm gonna have to drop down to get those apples. Wait a minute. Where do I have to fall to get that? Figure that out. Do the safe way. Ha! Okay, I don't know how to get over there. There you go. Okay, I needed that. So the foreground again was obscuring that. Oh yeah, the bathrooms. That crap. Spikes hitting me. And genies. Oh, wait. Cool. Got the scarab. We're done. So I guess so I thought, were there 3 halves of the scarab that I got that time? Anyway. Another gem, which I'm not going to use. It's a lot of loser icons there showing up. Almost perfect. Darn it! It was almost perfect. Avoided the lose icon every time. Second half of the scarab is an AGRABAH. So what was the point of all those other scarabs I got? Were they just there for bonuses? Pretty sure I got 3 of them. 3 halves, which makes no sense. Anyway. Don't know which half, is the left half or the right half. Find the flutes. So he who has the gold makes the rules, but this is the Prince Ali stage. This is the Prince Ali stage, yeah. No, this is the one-step stage. The other part of Agrabah Market, where you have to go back and find the flutes. You're really using assets, but that's okay, because, you know... Oh, wait, this thing's gonna... This snake's gonna attack us. See? So now they're both dead. That's what you get. Oh, so the flutes are there for the, oh, okay. So the flutes are there to help you get to those platforms. Okay. Let's see what's over here. Nothing. Can't get that one up. Okay, I don't know how to get that one up. Nope, can't get up there. How much higher can I go? Nope. Yeah, can I reach that again once he flies away? Let me check. No, I think once I jump off, he just disappears. No, I can't jump on it again. Okay, so it's a one-time thing. Now, how do I get up there? I don't know. I guess those arms only fly out to the right. They never fly out to the left. So they always throw in one direction. Oh, well. The documentary for this game says that they spat out this game in about 99 days. They had a 99-day turnaround on this game. Which I guess means because they wanted to get the game published in time for the VHS release. Because, you know, okay, back in the day. This was right around the time, I think it was 92, I want to say. I remember Batman was, I think, one of the first. It wasn't one of the first, but it was a blockbuster that made a big impression back in the day. How do I put this in comparison? Batman made about as much money as Black Panther did, if you want a point of comparison. That's how popular that movie was in the box office. It was in theaters for about 5 months, which was not unusual back then. And back in the day, popular movies didn't leave the theaters for more than 3 months. These days, it's kind of hard to believe. Like a game like Avengers Endgame will leave theaters in a couple of months. Black Panther will be out of theaters by May. Black Panther will open in February, then be out of theaters by May. But in the old days, you know, movies like Jurassic Park and Batman will be in theaters on Memorial Day weekend, and they will still be in theaters by Christmas. Should be a problem. I hate those. A genie icon. So the way it worked was that for a movie that was real, like a blockbuster that was really popular, you would be in theaters in, 1 month, then you'd still be in theaters 4 months later because people were going back to see those movies. The home video market really wasn't as prevalent as it is now. And cable TV screenings weren't as, prevalent as they are now as far as like getting new releases. So if you didn't see a movie in theaters, there's a pretty good chance you wouldn't see it anywhere else for at least a year. And even then, like by the time Aladdin came out on VHS, that was the new era basically. Like in the early 90s, Hollywood started figuring out that home video was a second run. It was a second chance to make a lot of money. So if your film was like Aladdin, you made like $200 million at the box office, then that means you have a very good chance of making another $200 million on video. Because nearly everyone who saw the movie in theaters is going to go get the DVD for their kids. Is going to go get the movie for their kids. And then, can I go over here? No, I don't want to go over there. And then anyone who didn't see the film in theaters is going to go see it because it's a Disney movie. And because it's a Disney movie, they're usually in circulation for decades. So you buy the film, and you buy it again for your family members, so they all have, copies of the disc. Because, when your family members have kids, they're going to buy Aladdin. Because maybe they didn't buy Aladdin when it was on videotape the first time, but they have kids now, and their kids want to see something, so you buy it there. So the long tail of home video was becoming a very big deal in the 1990s. The blockbuster era, if you will. Because that was when the rentals were a thing. But of course, if you spent $20, that was how much most of these movies cost, was $20. That was the price point back then for movies. You got to keep a really crappy looking pan and scan standard definition version of a theatrical film that you were probably going to watch on like a 19 or 20 inch CRT television with all the color banding and tracking problems and really crappy all the visual noise that was accompanied with, you know, watching tapes back then. But that was how 90% of us became movie fans, was by watching movies on televisions with really bad resolutions and no letterboxing, so you're cropping the left and the right side of the image. Can I go over here? Nope. Oh well. But those were the rules back then, kids. You didn't have Blu-rays. So if you wanted to watch a movie, you were watching some crappy, you know, low-resolution image with again, visual noise. And what was the other thing? Yeah, it was. Okay, why I get that? There we go. With the rope. Over here. What was the other thing about that? But yeah, the documentary on this disc said that yeah, we had to get this game done in 3 months because we had to get it published, which means QA obviously, and published in time for Disney to get the video release done, which for them meant putting a little piece of paper in the VHS tape saying, "And now buy the Genesis game." So they had the commercial demands of this licensed game were, okay, this game has to be done in a hurry because, you know, Disney wants to put that little slip of paper inside the VHS tape so that people know that they can buy this Genesis game. I think Capcom's Aladdin came out about 6 months later. I'll double check. Obviously, they were later. But I would argue it was a much better game. Well, not significantly better than this, but it didn't look nearly as good. I mean, imagine this. This is a Genesis game that looked better than the Super NES game because the Super NES game, I mean, think about it. An American Genesis game with a smaller color palette, basically, and less color depth, actually looked better than a Super NES game by a Japanese developer that was known for making Street Fighter 2. Like Capcom was, whoop, here we go, hidden area. Okay, so I guess I got something there. Okay, I can bat away these daggers with my sword, so that's cool. But yeah, how many times could you say that? The Genesis game not only looked better, I mean, it was a different game, so that's really the difference. But it was a completely different, you know, production. It was a completely different concept. It was like, they're both, you know, side-scrollers, but they're both platformers, but one's based on swinging a sword, and one's based on jumping on enemies' heads. I'm about to die. Oh well. So I'm getting these flutes to get these magic ropes. There we go. Yeah, it's a very linear game, but you do have, there's a lot of zigzagging here. So I guess like a lot of 16-bit games of the era, it's like, yeah, we're not just going left to right like in Journey to Silius or Mega Man or anything. You're like, you're not just going left to right and occasionally climbing. You're zigzagging through levels. So it's more sophisticated than maybe your average NES game was back then. And Aladdin never came out on the NES, as I recall. I mean, maybe some bootleg version came out in China, I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, heck, they got bootleg versions of Street Fighter 2 out in Hong Kong, I want to say. How do I get back up? There we go. So that'll give me a rope. Yeah, there we go. Needed that. So now we're going to get some bonus stuff. Yeah, here we go. Get to refill my health. Which is weird. It's weird to have all this zigzagging going on here when you're just hanging onto a rope. But here we are. Oh well. There's supposed to be a dude down here. He's gonna throw crap at us. That crap. Yep, he's gonna throw barrels at us, so be careful there. Ow. I'm gonna have to bat these back. You have to bat them back. And then jump over the barrels, and that's where I throw the apples. Yeah. There is a pattern here. Whoops! I can slash the barrels. Okay, that's cute. Okay, so I can slash the barrels. That's great. So I can slash whoops. I can slash everything. Because I died the first time I played this game, because I didn't know you could slash the barrels. So I guess that was the real boss? Okay. Darn it. I lose. How many, did I lose all of my coins? All of my, genie heads? Okay, yeah, I'm not wild about this level. So I might end up skipping it if I don't like it. So I'll get to the part where I gave up, and then we'll end the video. Or, I mean, we'll skip ahead. I mean, I want you to see the rest of the game. It's just some of this game's actually kind of boring. So I don't want to play through it. I don't want to make you sit through it. And these bats are really annoying because of the hit detection. So again, it's kind of hard to make contact with them. That's what I mean. Like in a game like, you know, Castlevania, or even a game like games with a lot of melee combat, you need to be able to like kind of determine if you can make contact with this enemy sprite. And if you can't reliably figure that out, it just makes the game harder than it would otherwise be because of that. So these bats are really annoying. Like in Ninja Gaiden, the problem was the sprites were so small and your weapon was so small that it was kind of hard to target the enemy that way. But in this game, the problem is that, you know, the enemies are small. Like, you have a decent area of effect, but it's kind of hard to tell if you're making contact. Like in a game like Strider, that wouldn't be a problem. But it's a problem here. You know, you got these disappearing platforms I hate because you have to wait for them to switch. The pattern's pretty easy. It's just that you lose patience. I think there are no bottomless pits in this game. I want to say they're all... Whoop! See? Bone explosion. So you have to kill those skeletons before they explode. Whoops. Missed it again. So again, I'm not really wild about this. Can I go over to the left? Yes, I can. I can grab that. There we go. So another slot, another bonus in the slot machine I'm not going to need. Another coin in the slot machine I'm never going to need because I don't buy anything. I don't use lives in this game. I can just save scum. Or use my, what do you call it? Wait, can I not climb this? Hold on, hold on. What the? I can't jump. Hold on. What? Okay, that was weird. It's the crab, Sebastian. I think there are a few other characters from Disney movies. Yeah, that's right. You'll see a pile of bones with a Mickey Mouse cap in them. So I'll show you that when we get to that. There we go. Gotta time that. Yeah, don't fall on the spikes. There's a waypoint. Did I get him? I didn't get him. I avoided the bone explosion. I avoided the bone storm. You see, look, there's the Mickey Mouse cap. See that? So adorable in the pile of bones. That's a pretty macabre version. I don't know what you're trying to do, Dave Perry. But again, I do like these swinging balls. It's a nice effect. I'm trying to remember there was another game that used that effect. I forgot which one it was. I mean, it's not new. I just thought it was weird that I recognized the effect, but I couldn't remember what it looked like off the top of my head, and I couldn't slash that guy. Okay, so I couldn't reach him because the sword is touching the side of the screen there. It's touching the wall. So I have to either jump and swing or throw my apple at him. So it's kind of like Dark Souls in that sense. If you swing your sword against the wall, it bounces off of it and doesn't do any damage. So I guess this game is the Dark Souls of Disney's Aladdin games. Ow! Took a ball right to the face. No jokes, please. But yeah, the fact that I took that swinging ball right to the chin. Ouch. But Dave Perry games do that a lot. It's like when you die, you don't see the impact of what killed you. You just cut right to a game over screen. You just cut right to a death animation screen. I think it's kind of amusing. Because I know Cool Spot did that. I don't know if they were the first game to do that. But then there would be games like Jungle Book where you would like accidentally touch an enemy and you would barely nick them. And then the game over screen would appear and you would say, "Wait a minute, how did I die?" But Dave Perry games always did that. The game always went to black right as you die. Like there was no slow-mo that showed you how you died, no exploding Mega Man animation that froze the screen so you could see exactly how you died. It's just you died and you couldn't see why. Or maybe you could see it, like half the time you could see it, but the other half of the time you're like, wait a minute, what killed me? Like maybe a bat that I couldn't see killed me, but I'd never know it was there because I just died. It's like that bat. Like if that bat right on top of me just killed me, and that was my last bar of health, I would never have known. because the game would go to I would go to the death animation. You know, it would fade to black. It wouldn't even fade to black. It would just cut to black. And the animation screen would start, and I would have no idea how I died. So Dave Perry games keep doing that, and I never really liked that. He did it in every game. I mean, it was cute, but I mean, again, ideally, you wouldn't just fade to black like that. You would at least do like a slow motion something, like Castlevania Rondo of Blood. So where if you die, the screen's not fading to black. You're actually able to see what enemy killed you. That's not too hard. It's not too bad. Yeah, the hit detection boxes in this game are not great. So you kind of have to like swing the general direction of your enemy and just kind of hope you're making contact. So I am not wild about that at all. Just like I'm not wild about these disappearing platforms either. These foreground elements aren't great. I remember in Disney's Fantasia on the Genesis, if you remember that game. I remember one of the big money shots that was on all the box art was on the back of the box in all the magazines was that shot of what was it? That shot of Sorcerer's Apprentice where you can see the big black chain in the foreground blocking the view. But it was visual interest, you know. And back in those days, if you had 16-bit power and you had parallax scrolling, one of the things you can do to make the scene more visually interesting in a game like in a scene like this where there's no like background parallaxing, then you just put foreground elements to make the scene more visually interesting. Because this level is actually kind of boring. Like this looks like a typical Genesis, you know, dark area of like, you know, lots of violets and purples and dark blues and like lots of blues and purples, lots of dark tones here. But on the Genesis, this is the only way they could represent darkness was to do stuff like this because they have such a limited color palette. But it's fine. I mean, it works very well. Again, they pick the right colors, but it does feel kind of drab because, you know, it's a dungeon. You know, what are you gonna do? I mean, that might be a top 10 video. The most interesting dungeon art in video game history might be in something like Shadows of the. Whoops! See, I died there. I guess a bone hit me. I can't tell. I think Shining the Darkness might be a good example. Like it was a Genesis game that had that was basically it was a dungeon crawler, a first-person dungeon crawler, like Ultima Underworld, if you remember that game, like Wizardry and Bard's Tale and games like that. You know, first-person games, first-person dungeon crawlers where you moved forward one screen at a time. You know, like Fester's Quest in the NES. You know, where you, whoops, got it. Like you walk around the buildings, you would move. Go 13. You would walk around buildings one screen at a time. And what Shining the Darkness did is that I think it took that idea and put like, you know, a little bit of Disney flavor onto it. So the artwork kind of looked cartoonish to kind of make the game a bit more visually interesting, I think the developers of that game went on to develop Shining Force. I think that, yeah, they did Shining in the Darkness, then they did Shining Force. And I think they also worked on Beyond the Beyond and what was it? Mario Golf. I never thought their RPGs were all that good because they were just kind of bog standard, you know, turn-based Dragon Quest-like games. You know, press attack, press magic, you know, whatever. Like Beyond the Beyond was just dull as crap. But again, you got to start something like if you were new to RPGs, I guess they're interesting, like a Dragon Warrior 1 kind of way. Excuse me, Dragon Quest 1. Like Final Fantasy 1, you know, it's very simplistic. Wait, there's something here? But I gotta climb the blocks. Come on. Okay, I got this. There we go. Okay, we're good. Over here. See? I love that animation. Come here, boy. Throw an apple at them. So I'm not using the apples that often because I'm trying to conserve them. Because I think they're very useful for some bosses. So, but again, if you want to avoid damage, yeah, throw these apples. Because like I said, the hit detection's kind of flaky. You can do running sword slashes too, so that's cute. And again, that's weird. You can hold up and press square to like do that for reasons I don't quite understand. Come on. I that spike was gonna get me. The apple, whoop. Again, I can't tell if I took damage there. It's not great. So again, some of these fancy, you know, life meters, those fancy-looking life meters, like with the lamp vapor that appears. I mean, it's not very helpful because you can't always tell if you're taking damage. Now, like you can always tell if it starts flashing that you're gonna die, but I just thought it was weird that the game has such a weird visual representation. I have so many gems here, but I'm not gonna use any of them. Another gem. And you can buy lives with these, but I don't really need them. Did I get 5 apples? Oh, lost. Did I get 5 apples or 1? I can't keep track. He who has the gold makes the rules. Cave of Wonders. Well, I'm playing this game for the first time. I'm playing this level for the first time, so cut me some slack here. In fact, I should probably save my game just for funsies. Of course, I don't need to save my games. Well, why not? Because I have that playthrough. I can just interrupt the playthrough at any time. But I kind of like playing at this difficulty level, actually. Not to say the game's actually fun or anything. But the final cut with the better camera, I guess, is helping. Seems to be helping a little bit. I have plenty of lives. I have plenty of apples. I have plenty of gems. This is a decent save point. A decent save state. Whoops! See, I didn't know that was there. How do I get up and over that? Oh, there you go. See, hand over hand. How was I supposed to know that? I wasn't paying attention to the playthrough. So was I just supposed to die? Just figure... Oh, here's some health here. So that makes up for the fact that I died. Wait, was that... Whoops! Oh, well. Didn't know that fish was there. Bats. See, I lost all my apples. Terrible. The falling rocks on the hand over hand is kind of a nice touch. Keep going. Yeah, I made it over. Evil flounder. I was supposed to hit the stand. I have to walk past it so it can throw stuff at me? That was weird. Here we go. Ah, stupid bats. Here they are. Okay, yeah, stay away from the edge of the platform. Stay away from the wall, otherwise you're not gonna be able to swing completely. Hand over hand. Yep, hand over hand. I can barely tell. And the bats respawned. And this is a handy sword swinging animation here. It seems to have a wide area of effect, like I said. The enemies just come from really bad angles. Really nasty angles. Did I go down here? Nope, I died. Look, what, did I drown in, like, ankle-deep water? What? What was that about? Is it, like, poison water? Maybe Aladdin can't swim. I don't know if that was ever determined. Okay. See, those enemies respawn, so you gotta be careful. Yes, once Kali, that's not Kali, but once you get past her, then she'll start moving. So you see those rocks down there? You think you could stand in that? You think you can stand in that ankle-deep water? Nope, instant death. Right? Well, come on, people. Get on the bats. You think I'm supposed to hit all these things at once? I guess that's what I was supposed to do. Okay, hand over hand. Don't eat all those apples, really. I guess this is like that level in Super Castlevania 4 when you're inside the treasure room. And you're fighting bats. Don't stay on that. Yeah, that's where I died last time. Waypoint. Don't stay on that. Okay, you can't grab on the ledges. This isn't the Lion King. Yeah, a lion can grab on the ledges, but not Aladdin. Huh, she's invincible? Fine. I guess she's not moving. I can't kill her. Okay, don't stay on that. Yep, see, it fell. Okay, so I already came from here, so it has to respawn. Hit the statues. Like that? Okay, that's how you do that. Stay out of the way of the spikes. You can barely see those spikes, but yeah, they're here. I mean, they're right here, but it feels like you can clear the spikes sometimes when you can't. That's kind of annoying. Can I go hand over hand there? Probably not. So how do I get to that? I don't know how to get to that gem. I'm gonna have to go hand over hand. Yeah, there you go. So that was the secret. Okay, so that was what I needed to do to get up there. So I needed that heart too, that blue heart to heal that life meter a little bit. Here you go. There's another one right here. Yeah, it's always weird to have these walls. You can't really tell where the edge of the platform is sometimes. Earthworm Jim definitely did that. It was always kind of annoying. I mean, again, the game has a lot of visual flair, but stuff like that's kind of annoying. Look at that. Ow. Okay, I gotta avoid these rocks. What is that? Flying snail? So that's gonna block my progress. How do I go up? Okay, Genie's laying up here. So what's over here? Ow! I'm going to die again. I'm out of lives here anyway, so if I end up skipping back here. Ow! So what do I do from here? Darn it, see? How was I supposed to know I couldn't clear that? Give up, street rat. That's what happens when you don't buy continues, kids. Guess we're gonna do a thing. We're gonna go to... Yeah, well, I saved my game, which is good, so let's do it. Let's do that. Game options. So I got all my lives. Remember, that was the difficulty level, and I got halfway through the game. Imagine if I were renting it. Okay, game options. We're gonna load. Oh, screen. I forgot about this. Sharp screen, full screen, stretch screen. Why would you ever do that? Filter on. Yeah, the CRT. Yeah, CRT. Monitor filter. I don't know what that is. LCD filter, whatever that means. I turn that filter off because I don't care about that crap. So I guess we can turn the border off so it's not a distraction. Load. There's only one. You can't do multiple game saves, but that's okay. That crap. Bad. Before I finish up this video, I kind of just want to say this. This game is not good. So I'll just mention that in passing. The game is not that great. I'm playing it because your boy loves, video game history. I completely missed this game. When I bought a Genesis, I never bought this game. I don't know if because it was too expensive or because it was just boring. Yeah, but I was not a fan of this. Whoops. Wow. I was interested in seeing this game, but it looked, I wasn't interested in playing, like, Disney games. I wasn't really a fan of, like, Actually, did I play any of those other games? Well, I wasn't really a fan of the Capcom games. At the time when I could have bought it, I didn't buy it when I had the Genesis. It was like a low priority game. Wait, where was the platform? Hold on. Go on. There we go. So basically, so I have no nostalgia built up around this game. I'm playing it for the first time in the year 2019. Nah. This game was obviously a big deal in '91 because of, the visuals. And of course, getting these kind of visuals in the Genesis was also a big deal. But it's a licensed game. It's about as good as you would expect a 2-hour-long licensed game from the 1990s to be. A licensed hack and slash platformer with not particularly good hacking or slashing. But I mean, look, if I were a producer, I would hire Dave Perry and those guys and girls over at Virgin Games too, because they had a lot of flavor in their games. Just that you kind of wish they would hire someone else to kind of clean up the engine to make it tighter. Not just the camera, but okay, they're coming down. Come on, go up. There we go. Don't know what that was about. So again, they fixed the camera a bit, so that seems okay. Problem is they didn't fix the hit detection, which is probably needed help more than the camera did. But then you change the nature of the game if you change the hit detection, I want to say. I mean, it's no Dead Cells, but what is? There we go. But yeah, I don't want to be one of those Nintendo fanboys, but I think Capcom won this game. I think this game is fine, I guess, but Disney's Capcom was a little bit better because they had better hit detection. Have to hit this statue too. Okay, I can't hit her. I guess I have to turn my back to her. Yeah, that's you have to turn your back to them. That's the catch. You have to walk past them and turn your back to them. Yeah, there you go. So you have to turn your back to them. So that's the thing. Which means if you walk past them, that's how you turn your back to them. So that's the secret. See? I can work for Nintendo Power. I can do my own game guide. Okay, how do I get past? I guess I have to jump over that part. This is not my favorite part. I got the Abu token. I don't know what that does. I forgot what the tutorial screen said about that. There it is. See, that's what I need to do. So I need to slash those enemies on the way down and somehow not take the hit. There we go. Go for the hand over hand. So I needed that health. A couple of extra apples too, which are always good in this game. There we go. So you have to get your pixel right next to hers, walk past her a tiny bit, then turn around and slash her sword. Or I guess you could do that by holding up and pressing the attack button. So I guess that works. Got him. How many more of these we got? Over here. I like the idea, like I said, SNK, what was it, the 4th anniversary collection did a real good job of adding this, you know, interruptible playthrough. You can just jump into and see anytime. That was great. And this game does it too, and that makes it fantastic for games like Lion King, you know, which apparently have really harsh difficulty spikes. You have to hold left. You have to hold left before you start throwing these, so you can direct your apples in the right direction. Well, what happened if you didn't have the apples, by the way? Anyway, want some extra lives? No, actually. I wanted to use my save spots, so I'll just hoard these till I get to a later level, I guess. How many lives can I buy? Let me do that. Up. There we go. Yeah, I guess I could buy. Why do you need to continue? Remember? So I got a couple more lives. So I got plenty of lives now. So that means we can save our game again. Again, why buy continues? You got save states. I mean, I'm not gonna rewind, obviously. It's that the game's not that interesting. I kind of just want to cheat my way through it. Because instead of just watching the playthrough, I kind of want to figure out, you know, how this game presents its challenges to me. And these batches spawn in random places. That was really annoying. So I guess I grabbed a thing here. I don't know what I got. I have no idea what I grabbed. So where am I going? Up. I already got that. So where do I go from here? Looks like a secret area. But I didn't get anything while I was here, and I can't go any further. Is there a thing here that I'm getting? I have no idea what I'm grabbing. Anyway, go this way. Okay, this is probably the way then. I got my full health. This part's kind of tough. You're the bosses. They're gonna teleport, I think. These guys aren't too bad. Okay, these guys weren't in the movie, obviously. It's like Disney created these characters, or maybe Dave Perry and the art team created these characters. Too bad you can't see the animation, because I'm trying to stay alive here. Darn it. Got him. Magic Carpet. My favorite character in the movie. Okay, I'm not controlling the carpet. He's on rails. Waypoint? There we go. So I wasn't controlling the carpet there at all. Ow! What? Ah. Disappearing, yeah, disappearing platforms. Gotta keep that in mind. Hey, up back! Died again. I probably should have saved my game after defeating the bosses there. Oh, okay, so I see a Boo there, but I'm not supposed to stay there because he's not a platform. So I'm losing all of my lives in this one little spot right here. You guys are killing me. Again, you can't always tell where the backgrounds are and where the foregrounds are, so I lost 3 lives there just because of that. But now I know, so you learn by dying. No, it is. Video games from the 90s, am I right? So I lost a bunch of lives doing that crap. Jeez. So I got plenty of gems, though. So I got 1 head. I got another gem, yeah. I kind of want extra lives at this point. Which I might get here on this bonus level. Oh, that's right, so if I collect the Abu icons, then yeah, I end up in the bonus level. I'm running out of time here, so. It's probably got to be right in the video, but I'll come back to this stage. I'll finish up this bonus level, then we'll come back and do another video if we can help it. I mean, we can, I just don't feel like it. This game's that interesting. But... The apples? Yeah, guess you wanted those apples to stay out of trouble. Bats. More bats. Where are the rocks? Oh, I died. Darn it. He hit me. You can barely tell, of course. Dave Perry's engine. Something like that. Yeah. Anyway, we're done. We'll come back to this in a moment. Actually, I hate this stage. I'm sure I'm gonna hate it. We'll finish up the video by doing this. I'm gonna hate this stage. I know it. Ah, died already. Jeez. Didn't even know where the platform was. Made you look. Okay, so that sucked. We'll come back and play this game later, maybe. I don't know.